Have you ever wondered what separates those who achieve great success and fulfillment in life from those who don't? It's not intelligence, talent, or luck. The key lies in the life lessons and wisdom you carry with you on your journey. Once you internalize these profound truths, your perspective and approach to life will be forever transformed. We all start out in life as blank slates, full of potential, but lacking the insight and experience to navigate the challenges ahead. As we grow and face various trials and tribulations, we have the opportunity to learn and evolve. The most successful people are the ones who view each experience, whether joyful or painful, as a teacher. They glean the lessons and allow those lessons to guide their actions moving forward. I've spent decades studying personal development, spirituality, and the habits of highly effective people. I've had the privilege of interacting with some of the most successful, influential leaders of our time. The common thread among them is a dedication to constantly learning, growing, and applying life's teachings. Today, I want to share some of the most impactful lessons that have the power to radically shift your mindset and alter the trajectory of your life. The first lesson is to embrace change. So many people resist and fear the unknown. They cling desperately to the familiar, to what feels safe and comfortable. But growth cannot occur without change. All progress requires a leap of faith into uncharted territory. Life itself is defined by continuous change and evolution. Fighting against that natural current will leave you stuck and stagnant. Instead, cultivate an attitude of excitement and wonder toward change. When you find yourself in a challenging new situation, whether it's a career transition, the end of a relationship, or any other upheaval, adopt a learner's mindset. Ask yourself, what is this meant to teach me? How can I use this as an opportunity to expand my horizons and abilities? Trust that every change is a chance to level up and become a stronger, wiser version of yourself. The second vital lesson is that your thoughts create your reality. The mind is far more powerful than most people realize. Your habitual thoughts, beliefs, and expectations shape the way you perceive and experience the world around you. If your inner dialogue is one of negativity, anxiety, and limitation, then that is what will manifest in your life. You'll be blind to opportunities and paralyzed by fear. Conversely, if you relentlessly train yourself to adopt an optimistic, can-do attitude, you'll find a way to transform obstacles into stepping stones. Legendary thinkers throughout history have emphasized the power of the mind. Marcus Aurelius said you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Buddha declared what you think, you become. Modern psychological research on the placebo effect, self-fulfilling prophecies, and growth mindset has confirmed the profound impact our thoughts have in creating our reality. It is imperative that you become the master of your mind instead of being at the mercy of the cacophony of doubts and fears we all battle. Meditate, use positive affirmations, visualize your ideal life, and edit your inner dialogue. Your outer world will shift in turn. The third lesson I want to emphasize is the importance of taking 100% responsibility for your life. It's tempting to blame our parents, our past traumas, our current circumstances, or just plain bad luck for our problems and limitations. While it's true that we've all had to contend with challenges outside of our control, absolving ourselves of responsibility only perpetuates a victim mindset. Victims are passive sufferers, helplessly battered by the whims of fate. In contrast, those who succeed in creating lives of passion and purpose have all adopted the mantra that if it's to be, it's up to me. They focus only on what is within their sphere of influence. They don't waste energy complaining about what they can't control. They get busy creating change where they can. They don't wait for permission, ideal timing, or a sign from the universe to start improving their lives. They simply decide to become the kind of person who gets what they want. No more excuses about your age, your background, your deficits and disadvantages. Commit to developing the knowledge, skills, habits, and discipline required to achieve your dreams, and you will amaze yourself with how much you're capable of. Hold yourself accountable and know that your life is the product of your choices. With that realization comes immense power and freedom. The fourth lesson that has served me well is to always stay connected to gratitude. The human brain is wired for survival, which means it's constantly scanning for threats, dwelling on what's lacking, and taking for granted the good that is already present. We have to consciously override that tendency by placing our attention on appreciating what we have. No matter how dire your circumstances may seem, you can always find something to be grateful for. If you're reading this right now, that means you have access to education and technology. You're literate and have the cognitive ability to process abstract concepts. Likely you have your basic needs met in terms of food, shelter, and safety. Never take for granted the massive abundance we enjoy in the modern world. Beyond that, make a habit of savoring the little joys of daily life, a delicious meal, a heartfelt conversation with a loved one, the beauty of nature. When you find yourself slipping into despair or frustration, pause and list off everything you have to be thankful for. It's physiologically impossible to experience stress and gratitude at the same time. The more you tune into gratitude, the more your mind will automatically orient toward the good. Happiness is not a matter of circumstance, but of perspective. Choose to see through grateful eyes. The fifth lesson is to prioritize experiences over things. Consumer culture has conditioned us to believe that the key to happiness lies in accumulating more stuff, a bigger house, a nicer car, a trendier wardrobe. And indeed, there is a temporary thrill each time we acquire something shiny and new. But that feeling quickly fades and we find ourselves chasing the next high. It's a hollow, addictive cycle. What fulfills us on a deeper level are experiences and contributions, traveling to a new place and immersing yourself in a different way of life, learning a new skill that stretches you, volunteering for a cause you believe in, going on adventures with friends and loved ones, investing in relationships and creating lasting memories, expressing your creativity, challenging yourself physically, contributing in a meaningful way. When you're on your deathbed, you won't be thinking about your collection of designer shoes. You'll be reliving the moments when you felt truly alive, connected, and engaged. You'll be assessing your life based on the experiences you had and the impact you made. Realign your priorities and resources accordingly right now while you still can. The sixth lesson is that failure is essential for growth. Most of us have an unhealthy relationship with failure. We've been taught that failure means we are a failure. We avoid it at all costs because we link our performance to our self-worth. The problem is that when we avoid failure, we avoid growth. We stay comfortably nestled in our zone of competence but never venture into the fertile zone of development. Every great innovator, leader, and change maker throughout history had to risk failure repeatedly to bring their vision to life. James Dyson created 5,127 failed prototypes of his vacuum cleaner before finally landing on a model that worked. If he had viewed failure as a sign he should quit, the world would have missed out on his brilliant inventions. Failure is simply feedback. It shows you what doesn't work so you can adjust your approach. It builds resilience and tenacity. It's a necessary step on the path to success. Imagine failure as a kindly mentor giving you the exact lessons you need to refine your craft and realize your potential. In fact, if you aren't failing regularly, it means you aren't pushing yourself beyond your current abilities. You aren't playing full out. Embrace failure as a critical part of your growth process. Extract the lessons from each letdown and try a different angle. Success is inevitable when you adopt this mindset. The seventh vital lesson is that the journey is the destination. So many of us have bought into the myth that happiness lies at some imaginary finish line in the future. We'll be happy when we land that dream job, when we find the ideal relationship, when we hit that income bracket, when we've got the perfect body. But what usually happens when we reach one of those milestones? The excitement lasts for a moment before we fixate on the next brass ring we need to grasp. Fulfillment isn't a matter of achieving certain external markers of success. It's a manner of traveling. It's the outlook you bring to each day, the presence and intentionality with which you approach each activity. When the goal is to enjoy the process rather than rushing to an imagined endpoint, even mundane moments take on a glow. Even challenges become an opportunity to express your highest self. Happiness becomes a choice you make in each moment rather than a reward you have to chase. I once asked a highly accomplished CEO what he wishes he had known when he was younger. His response, "I wish I had slowed down enough to really take in each phase of the journey. It all went by so fast in a blur and I barely remember most of it. I was so fixated on where I was trying to get to that I missed so many incredible moments along the way." Learn from his regret. Savor each step of your unique journey without constantly comparing it to where you think you should be. Decide to be just as engaged and curious about the process as you are about the outcome. The final lesson I'll leave you with is that you are enough exactly as you are. We live in a culture of toxic comparison where the grass is always greener in someone else's carefully curated social media feed. We hold ourselves to impossible standards of perfection and berate ourselves mercilessly when we fall short. We've internalized the belief that our worth as human beings comes from our achievements, our appearance, our status, all things outside ourselves that can change in an instant. But the truth is that you are inherently worthy and complete. You are an incomparable expression of the infinite, imbued with unique gifts that the world needs. Your value doesn't come from what you do, but from what you are, an irreplaceable, essential part of this wondrous tapestry of existence. The more deeply you absorb that truth, the less you'll be driven by neurotic striving to prove yourself. You'll be able to act from inspiration and joy instead of lack and desperation. Imagine if you treated yourself with the same compassion, gentleness, and respect you would extend to a beloved child. Imagine if you could embrace all your quirks and imperfections instead of judging and shaming yourself. Imagine if you celebrated your efforts and learned from your missteps. That's the kind of unconditional love and acceptance you deserve. It's what we all deserve. But you have to grant that to yourself first before you can experience it from others. When you make "I am enough" your mantra, you'll be able to follow your inner wisdom instead of society's mandates. You'll pursue goals out of passion instead of a need to prove your worth. You'll build relationships based on mutual care instead of codependency. You'll give generously without becoming depleted. Self-acceptance is the master key that unlocks a life of ease, connection, and true success. These 8 lessons have the power to radically transform the way you show up in the world and the results you create. Embracing change allows you to grow with the current of life instead of stagnating. Harnessing the power of your thoughts determines the kind of reality you experience. Taking full responsibility empowers you to shape your destiny. Cultivating gratitude keeps you connected to the good that is always present. Prioritizing experiences over things brings deep fulfillment. Reframing failure enables you to evolve your mastery. Being present to the journey invites happiness into each moment. And loving yourself unconditionally frees you to share your unique light with the world. But intellectual understanding is only the first step. What matters is how you apply this wisdom day in and day out. Knowledge only benefits you to the extent that it alters your behavior. My challenge to you is to reflect on which of these lessons would make the biggest impact in your life if you truly embodied it. What one shift in perception or habit could be the catalyst that elevates every aspect of your world? Identify the keystone change and pour your energy into manifesting it. Life is always speaking to us, providing the exact lessons we need to grow into the fullest expression of our potential. The quality of your life ultimately comes down to how well you heed those lessons and implement them. Will you have the humility to let your defeats educate you, the diligence to reprogram toxic mental habits, the courage to walk your own path, the resilience to view obstacles as opportunities? As you master this curriculum of existence, you'll find yourself living with greater clarity, integrity, and effectiveness. Struggles that once would have derailed you become launching pads for your expansion. If these words have resonated with you, I invite you to share this message with someone who could benefit from it. Let's create a ripple effect of wisdom and inspiration that uplifts humanity's collective consciousness. Together, we can heal our inner wounds, unleash our gifts, and create a world that works for all. It starts with each of us doing the inner work to become the highest version of ourselves. The life lessons I've shared today aren't a magic bullet. There will still be challenges and tragedies that shake you to your core. But if you make the decision to let those experiences sculpt you into a stronger, wiser, more loving being, your suffering will have served a profound purpose. As the Japanese art of kintsugi demonstrates, it's the cracks that make a piece of pottery more beautiful and valuable. It's the hardships and heartbreaks that can propel you into previously unimaginable heights of greatness. Never forget that you have within you the seeds of a majestic redwood. No matter how many times you get cut down, you can grow back stronger. No matter how many storms you endure, your roots can grow deeper. Trust in your innate resilience and keep turning toward the light. As long as you're still breathing, it's never too late to reinvent yourself and create the life of your dreams. Let every ending be a new beginning. Let every failure be a catalyst for greater wisdom. Let every wound open you to greater depths of love. I believe in you and the incredible potential that lies within you. You are a one-time phenomenon in the universe, a symphony of stardust and spirit, here to co-create our collective destiny. Embrace the sacred curriculum of your unique journey and let it shape you into the luminous being you were meant to be. Once you deeply understand and apply the life lessons I've shared today, you will never be the same. You will navigate the world with newfound poise, power, and purpose. And that, my friend, is the greatest gift you could ever give yourself and humanity. Thank you. What is the one force in the universe that can transcend circumstances, rise above limitations, and propel you towards your dreams? It's not luck, talent, or connections. The answer, my friends, lies within each one of us. It's the power of choice. The power to decide who you will become. Life will put many choices in front of you, and the choices you make today will shape the person you are tomorrow. As someone much wiser than me once said, you are not a product of your circumstances. You are a product of your decisions. So I ask you, who will you decide to become? What future are you going to create for yourself, starting right now in this very moment? Because the greatest power you have is the power to choose. Imagine you're walking down a path and you come to a fork in the road. To the left is the well-worn trail, the path of least resistance. It's the direction that most people take without much thought. The default, conventional course that society nudges you towards. But to the right, you see a narrower trail. It looks more challenging, winding through uncharted terrain and thick underbrush. There's no clear view of where it leads. It requires courage and perseverance to traverse its hills and valleys. These two paths represent the choice you face at every juncture in life. Go along with the crowd or step off the beaten path and carve your own way. Resign yourself to the hand you've been dealt, or reshuffle the cards and play a whole new game by your own rules. Which path will you choose? The decision is yours and yours alone. But I'm here to tell you that everything you want is down that road less traveled. Every dream you've envisioned, every goal you've set for yourself, every aspiration that makes your heart sing, it's all waiting for you on the other side of that choice to believe in yourself and bet on your own potential. Never underestimate the power of a single choice. One decision can change the entire trajectory of your life. Saying yes to an opportunity even when you don't feel ready. Choosing to invest in yourself and your skills instead of settling for mediocrity. Walking away from a toxic situation that's dragging you down. Pursuing your passion when everyone says you need to be more practical. These may seem like small choices in the moment, but compounded over time, they add up to a completely different life story. The person you see when you look in the mirror 5, 10, 20 years from now, that person will be the culmination of the choices you made. The product of all your courageous leaps, noble sacrifices, and determined marches forward. You see, your choices are like individual brush strokes on the canvas of your life. Each stroke of integrity, each stroke of discipline, each stroke of grit, they blend together to paint the masterpiece that is you. And that canvas will reflect whatever you choose to put on it. As the artist of your own destiny, you hold the paintbrush. What picture will you paint? It all starts with a fundamental choice, the choice to believe. To believe in your own worth, your own abilities, your right to be wildly successful and happy. So many of us struggle with this. We let self-doubt and insecurity make our choices for us. We put limits on ourselves that don't exist anywhere except our own minds. I know this because I've been there. I used to constantly second-guess myself and downplay my own potential. My internal monologue was a broken record of I'm not smart enough, I'm not talented enough, I don't deserve it. And unsurprisingly, my life reflected those limiting beliefs right back at me. But then one day I decided I'd had enough of getting in my own way. I made the choice to transform my self-talk from an enemy to an ally. I started telling myself I can figure it out. I'm capable of amazing things. Everything I need is already within me. And the more I chose to embrace this empowering mindset, the more my external reality began to shift. Because here's the truth, believing in yourself is not about arrogance or delusion. It's about recognizing the infinite potential that resides in the human spirit. The same spirit that has allowed people to conquer mountains, cure diseases, build entire civilizations out of nothing. That spirit exists inside you. And when you choose to acknowledge it, you open yourself up to all kinds of magnificent possibilities. Once you've made the choice to believe in yourself, the next step is to get clear on what you intend to create. Intention is the rocket fuel that propels you toward the future you've envisioned. It's the guiding force that shapes your choices and steers your actions in a purposeful direction. When you live with intention, you're no longer floating aimlessly through life, carried by the currents of circumstance. You're the captain of your own ship, charting a deliberate course toward the destinations that matter most to you. So take the time to reflect on what you truly desire, not what others expect of you, not what society says you should want, but the deepest, most authentic longings of your heart. Maybe it's a career that lights you up inside, a lifestyle of adventure and new experiences, relationships that uplift and inspire you. Whatever your unique definition of an extraordinary life looks like, choose to make that your North Star. And then every day, make choices that align with that overarching intention. When opportunities come knocking, choose the one that moves you closer to your goals. When challenges arise, choose to view them as chances for growth and learning. With each choice guided by a clear sense of purpose, you build unstoppable momentum in the direction of your dreams. Now, I know some of you might be thinking that all sounds great, but what about the things I can't control? The setbacks and raw deals life has handed me, and you're absolutely right there, will always be factors outside your command. The economy, other people's actions, freak accidents, and strokes of fate. But here's the empowering truth. While you can't always choose what happens to you, you can always choose how you respond. And in that choice lies your ultimate freedom and power. As the renowned psychologist Viktor Frankl, who survived the horrors of Nazi concentration camps, said, between stimulus and response there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. In every moment, you get to choose whether to be a victim of your circumstances or the architect of your destiny. You can choose to wallow in self-pity or pick yourself up and try again. Choose to place blame or take accountability. React based on emotion or respond based on your values. Resist your reality or learn to accept it and make the most of it. The most successful people I know are those who have chosen to develop extreme ownership over their lives. They don't make excuses, they make things happen. They don't complain about problems, they focus on solutions. They don't expect the world to accommodate them. They find ways to adapt and succeed no matter what life throws their way. This is the mindset I challenge you to adopt. Embrace the power of choice and use it to write your own triumphant life story, one brave decision at a time. One of the most important choices you'll make again and again is the choice to grow, to continuously evolve into a stronger, wiser, more capable version of yourself. The reality is, if you're not growing, you're dying. Stagnation is the enemy of an extraordinary life. But the moment you dedicate yourself to lifelong learning and improvement is the moment you unlock your boundless potential. Choose to cultivate a growth mindset, one that views failures as feedback and limitations as opportunities for expansion. As the saying goes, if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you, so get comfortable being uncomfortable. Take on that project that scares you. Sign up for that class that's outside your current skill set. Put yourself in new situations that stretch you beyond your perceived limits. The greatest investment you can make is in your own personal development. Because the more you grow, the more value you can add to the world, the more impact you can make in the lives of others. When you choose to become the best version of yourself, everyone around you benefits. And the beautiful thing is, this growth doesn't always have to be major, earth-shattering transformations. It's the small choices you make on a daily basis that compound over time into lasting change. Reading an inspiring book, prioritizing your health and well-being, engaging in deep conversations with people who challenge your thinking. Consistency is more important than intensity when it comes to growth. So commit to being a lifelong student. Approach each day as a chance to learn something new, gain a fresh insight, overcome a weakness, develop a strength. Choose growth in every moment, and you'll be astonished by how far you can go. As you journey down the path of personal transformation, it's essential to choose your traveling companions wisely, because the people you surround yourself with will have a profound influence on the person you become. There's a powerful principle called the law of averages that states you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Their habits, mindsets, and behaviors will inevitably rub off on you for better or for worse. So if you want to rise to new heights, you need to associate with those who will lift you up, not drag you down. Choose friends who inspire you with their ambition, integrity, and zest for life. Seek out mentors who have achieved what you aspire to and can guide you with their wisdom. Build relationships with positive, supportive people who believe in your dreams and cheer you on every step of the way. And equally important, have the courage to distance yourself from toxic influences, the naysayers, the energy vampires, the people who are constantly mired in negativity and victim mentality. You cannot expect to soar if you allow others to clip your wings. Now, this doesn't mean you should only associate with people who are exactly like you or always agree with you. In fact, the most growth often comes from interacting with those who challenge your perspective and push you outside your comfort zone. The key is to choose people who uplift you, even as they help you expand your horizons. Curate your inner circle with intention, and you'll find yourself elevated by the collective energy of excellence. They say that when you learn to walk alone, you'll realize the company you've been avoiding. But when you choose your company carefully, you'll never want to walk alone again. Making empowering choices in the moment is crucial, but what truly separates the high achievers from the rest is consistency. The ability to make the right choice over and over again, even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. You see, everyone can have a flash of inspiration, a burst of motivation that drives them to make positive changes. But it's the daily discipline of turning those choices into habits that leads to lasting transformation. It's choosing to show up and do the work, day in and day out, when the initial excitement has faded and all you're left with is the grind. This is where the real magic happens, because success is not the result of a single Herculean effort. It's the product of small, seemingly insignificant choices made consistently over time. As the author James Clear says, you get what you repeat. Think about it, every great accomplishment, every masterful skill, every unbreakable bond started with a single choice. The choice to take that first step, even if you couldn't see the whole staircase. And then the choice to keep climbing one step at a time until you reach heights you never imagined possible. It's the writer who chooses to put words on the page every day, even when inspiration is scarce. The athlete who chooses to train when no one is watching, pushing past the point of comfort. The entrepreneur who chooses to persist through countless failures and rejections, driven by an unshakable vision. Consistency is what separates the dreamers from the doers, the hobbyists from the masters, the someday wishers from the everyday achievers. And the great news is, consistency is a skill that can be developed just like any other. It starts with setting a clear intention, creating a plan of action, and then following through with relentless commitment. It means choosing to honor your word to yourself even when you don't feel like it, making your goals non-negotiable no matter what life throws your way, falling down 7 times and standing up 8. Consistency is how you build trust in yourself. It's how you develop unshakable confidence in your ability to create the results you desire. When you prove to yourself choice by choice, day by day, that you can be counted on to show up for your dreams, that's when you become unstoppable. So start small, but start now. Choose one area of your life where you want to create lasting change and commit to making the empowering choice in that area every single day. As you build that muscle of consistency, you'll find it easier to apply it to other areas of your life, until eventually making the right choice becomes your default mode, as natural as breathing. Remember, you are what you repeatedly do. So choose wisely and then choose consistently. That's how you create a life that is truly extraordinary. Now, I wish I could tell you that once you make the choice to pursue your highest potential, it's all smooth sailing from there. But the truth is, the path of personal growth is rarely a straight line. It's filled with twists, turns, and obstacles that will test your resolve and challenge your commitment. But here's the thing, those obstacles are not there to stop you. They're there to strengthen you, to force you to dig deep and discover just how resourceful, resilient, and downright remarkable you truly are. As the great philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche said, "What doesn't kill me makes me stronger." So when you encounter a setback, choose to view it as a setup for a comeback. When you face a rejection, choose to see it as redirection towards something better. When you stumble and fall, choose to use it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Every obstacle contains within it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. It's up to you to find it and cultivate it. And the way you do that is by choosing to adopt a growth mindset rather than a fixed one. A fixed mindset sees challenges as threats, something to be avoided at all costs. It believes that talent and intelligence are static traits, and that failure is a reflection of inherent worthlessness. But a growth mindset sees challenges as opportunities for expansion. It believes that abilities can be developed through effort and learning, and that failure is simply feedback on the way to mastery. When you choose a growth mindset, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. You become more resilient in the face of adversity, more willing to take risks and try new things. You embrace the discomfort of growth, knowing that it's the only way to reach your full potential. And here's the beautiful thing: the more you practice choosing a growth mindset, the more it becomes your default way of being. You start to see obstacles not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones. You develop a deep trust in your ability to figure things out, to find creative solutions, to persevere no matter what. So the next time you face a challenge that seems insurmountable, remember this: you have within you the power to transmute every obstacle into an opportunity, to alchemize every setback into a stepping stone. All it takes is a simple choice, the choice to believe in your own resilience, to stay committed to your vision, and to keep moving forward, one brave step at a time. As the author Ryan Holiday says in his book, "The Obstacle is the Way, the impediment to action advances action." What stands in the way becomes the way, so choose to see your obstacles as the way forward. Choose to let them mold you into the person you need to become to achieve your dreams. Because on the other side of every obstacle lies growth, strength, and wisdom. And when you look back on your journey, you'll realize that the obstacles were not something to be avoided. They were the very things that made you into the unstoppable force you were always meant to be. As you continue on your path of personal growth and achievement, there's one more crucial choice I want to invite you to make: the choice to serve. To use your unique gifts and talents not just for your own benefit, but in service of something greater than yourself. You see, true fulfillment doesn't come from what you get, but from what you give, from the impact you make in the lives of others, from the legacy you leave behind. As the saying goes, the meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. When you choose to orient your life around service, everything changes. Your challenges take on new meaning because you know you're being strengthened for a greater purpose. Your successes feel even sweeter because you're not just winning for yourself, you're uplifting others in the process. And your sense of joy and satisfaction reaches new heights because you're tapping into the deep human need for contribution and connection. Now, service doesn't have to mean some grand, world-changing gesture. It can be as simple as offering a listening ear to a friend in need, volunteering in your local community, or using your skills to mentor someone just starting out in your field. The size of the act matters less than the heart behind it, the genuine desire to make a positive difference however you can. And as you make the choice to serve, an amazing thing happens. The universe conspires to support you. Doors open, resources appear, the right people show up at the right time. Because when you're aligned with a purpose beyond yourself, you tap into a power and energy that is truly limitless. So as you continue to grow and evolve, keep asking yourself, how can I use my gifts to make a difference? How can I leave this world a little better than I found it? Let your answers to those questions guide your choices, and trust that as you give, so too shall you receive. Remember, the most successful and fulfilled people are those who have chosen to make their lives about something bigger than themselves, who have dedicated themselves to a cause, a mission, a higher calling, who have discovered that the fastest way to get what you want is to help others get what they want. So choose service and watch as your life becomes an extraordinary tapestry of purpose, connection, and impact. And with that, we arrive at the end of our journey together. But in truth, it's just the beginning of yours, because the most important choice you'll make is the one you make right now in this moment. The choice to take everything you've learned and put it into action. The choice to become the author of your own story, the architect of your own destiny. You have within you the power to create a life beyond your wildest dreams. A life of passion, purpose, and unbridled joy. But it all starts with a choice, the choice to believe in yourself, to cultivate a growth mindset, to surround yourself with positive influences, to stay consistent in your efforts, and to use your gifts in service of others. These choices may not always be easy, but they will always be worth it. Because the alternative is a life of mediocrity, of settling for less than you're capable of letting your doubts and fears hold you back from your true potential. But you, my friend, were made for more than that. You were made to shine, to soar, to leave an indelible mark on this world. And the only thing standing between you and that extraordinary life is the choices you make from this moment forward. So choose wisely. Choose bravely. Choose to become the hero of your own story. Because the world needs your unique brand of magic now more than ever. And as you go forth on this adventure of growth and self-discovery, remember that you are never alone. You are surrounded by a universe that is conspiring in your favor, by people who are cheering you on every step of the way, and by a power within you that is greater than any obstacle you will ever face. So take a deep breath, square your shoulders, and take that first bold step. The rest of your extraordinary life is waiting for you. All you have to do is choose it. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your one wild and precious life. As you step into this new chapter of your life, armed with the power of choice, I want to share with you a few more insights to help you navigate the journey ahead. First and foremost, remember that growth is not a destination, but a never-ending process. There will never come a day when you've arrived, when you've learned all there is to learn and achieved all there is to achieve. And that's a beautiful thing, because it means that every single day brings with it new opportunities for expansion, for discovery, for becoming more of who you were meant to be. Embrace the journey with all its ups and downs, twists and turns. Celebrate your victories, but don't attach your self-worth to them. Learn from your failures, but don't let them define you. Keep putting one foot in front of the other, keep choosing growth, and trust that as long as you're moving forward, you're on the right path. And as you grow and evolve, remember to extend the same grace and compassion to yourself that you would to a beloved friend. We are often our own harshest critics, holding ourselves to impossible standards and berating ourselves for every misstep. But the truth is, you are doing the best you can with what you have in each moment. And that is always enough. Choose to be kind to yourself, to speak to yourself with love and encouragement rather than judgment and criticism. Forgive yourself when you stumble, and remind yourself that every mistake is simply a chance to learn and do better next time. Treat yourself with the same tender care and understanding that you would extend to a child, because in many ways that's what we all are. Children learning and growing and figuring things out as we go. Another key to sustaining growth is to cultivate a deep sense of gratitude for all that you have and all that you are. Gratitude is like a magic elixir that transforms everything it touches. When you choose to focus on the blessings in your life, on the things that are working rather than the things that aren't, you open yourself up to a flow of abundance and positivity that is truly life-changing. Make it a daily practice to count your blessings, to acknowledge the gifts and miracles that surround you. From the air in your lungs to the roof over your head to the people who love you, there is so much to be grateful for if only we choose to see it. And the more you practice gratitude, the more you'll find to be grateful for. It's a beautiful upward spiral that has the power to transform even the darkest of days. But gratitude isn't just about appreciating the good things, it's also about finding the gift in the challenges, the lessons and the struggles. When you face an obstacle or setback, ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? How can I use this experience to grow and become stronger? What is the hidden blessing in this situation? By choosing to view everything as an opportunity for growth and learning, you shift from a mindset of victimhood to one of empowerment. You realize that nothing is happening to you, but rather for you, for your highest good and evolution. And that realization gives you the strength to keep moving forward no matter what life throws your way. As you continue on this path of personal growth, remember to surround yourself with people and experiences that inspire and uplift you. We are profoundly influenced by the energy and attitudes of those around us, so choose your companions wisely. Seek out people who challenge you to be your best self, who support your dreams and believe in your potential. Create a sacred circle of individuals who inspire you with their own growth and evolution, and who remind you of what is possible. And don't be afraid to let go of relationships or situations that no longer serve you. As you grow and change, some people may fall away, and that's okay. Trust that the universe is making room for new, more aligned connections to enter your life. Relationships are like plants. They require nurturing and attention to thrive. Choose to invest your energy in the ones that bring out the best in you, and gently release the ones that don't. But remember, no one else can walk your path for you. At the end of the day, you are the only one who can choose the direction of your life. So don't let anyone else's opinions or expectations dictate your choices. Listen to your own inner wisdom, trust your intuition, and have the courage to follow your heart, even if it leads you down a path that others don't understand. You have a unique purpose and mission in this world, and it's up to you to discover and fulfill it. Don't let fear of judgment or failure hold you back from pursuing your deepest passions and desires. The world needs your special brand of magic, so choose to share it boldly and unapologetically. And as you share your gifts with the world, remember that true success is not measured by external accolades or achievements, but by the impact you have on others. Choose to use your talents and resources to make a difference, to leave this world a little better than you found it. Whether it's through your work, your art, your relationships, or your volunteer efforts, find ways to be of service, to contribute to something greater than yourself. Because when you live a life dedicated to serving others, you tap into a deep sense of meaning and fulfillment that goes beyond anything the material world can offer. You realize that the greatest joy comes not from what you get, but from what you give. And you discover that by uplifting others, you uplift yourself in the process. Of course, a life of growth and service is not without its challenges. There will be times when you feel discouraged, overwhelmed, or stuck. There will be times when your choices seem to backfire, when your efforts feel fruitless, when you question whether you have what it takes to keep going. In those moments, remember this: you are stronger than you know. You have within you a resilience, a courage, a determination that can move mountains. You have the power to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward, no matter how many times you fall. And when you feel like giving up, when you're tempted to throw in the towel and settle for a life of mediocrity, remember why you started. Remember the vision that sparked your journey, the fire that lit your soul ablaze with passion and purpose. Remember the lives you touched, the difference you made, the moments of pure joy and fulfillment that made it all worthwhile. Hold on to those moments, those memories, those glimpses of your highest potential, and let them fuel you to keep going. Surround yourself with reminders of your why, with images and quotes and people that inspire you to be your best self. Create a support system of mentors, friends, and accountability partners who will cheer you on and pick you up when you stumble. And above all, keep choosing growth. Keep choosing service. Keep choosing to become the grandest version of yourself, day by day, choice by choice, because that is the path to a life of true abundance, success, and happiness. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. You will face challenges and obstacles, but you will also discover strengths and abilities you never knew you had. You will have moments of doubt and fear, but you will also experience moments of pure bliss and extraordinary achievement. You will question your path and your purpose, but you will also find clarity and conviction in the pursuit of your dreams. And through it all, remember that you are never alone. You are part of a grand tapestry, a cosmic dance, a universe that is conspiring in your favor. You have unseen helpers and guides, both in this world and beyond, who are cheering you on and supporting you every step of the way. Call on them when you need strength, guidance, or inspiration, and trust that they are always there, ready and willing to assist you. You are a miracle, a masterpiece, a work of art crafted by the hand of the divine. You have within you the seeds of greatness, the potential for limitless growth and achievement. All you have to do is choose to nurture those seeds, to water them with your attention and your effort, to give them the sunlight of your belief and the fertile soil of your actions. And as you do, watch in awe as they bloom into a life beyond your wildest dreams. A life of passion and purpose, of joy and abundance, of love and service. A life that is a testament to the power of choice, to the magic of growth, to the unbridled potential of the human spirit. So choose, my friend, choose to believe in yourself, to bet on your dreams, to become the hero of your own epic tale. The pen is in your hand, the blank page awaits your signature. What story will you write? The choice is yours. And I have a feeling it's going to be an extraordinary one. As you continue to walk this path of growth and self-discovery, I want to remind you of the incredible power you possess to shape your reality through your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant and nurture will grow and flourish. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and limitation, that is what will bloom. But if you plant seeds of faith, love, and possibility, you will reap a harvest beyond your wildest imagining. Choose to tend your mental garden with care and intention. Weed out the negative thoughts that do not serve you and replace them with affirmations of your worth, your potential, your inherent greatness. Cultivate a mindset of abundance, knowing that there is more than enough success, joy, and fulfillment to go around. And fertilize your dreams with daily action, taking consistent steps towards your goals and visions. As you do this, you will begin to notice a shift in your external reality. Opportunities will start to manifest, doors will open, the right people and resources will show up at the perfect time. This is not magic or luck, it is the power of your own mind, aligning with the creative force of the universe to bring your deepest desires to fruition. But it all starts with your beliefs, the stories you tell yourself about who you are, what you're capable of, and what is possible for your life. If you want to change your reality, you must first change your beliefs. You must choose to see yourself as the powerful, creative, unbounded being that you truly are. One way to do this is through the practice of visualization. Take time each day to close your eyes and imagine your ideal life in vivid detail. See yourself living your purpose, surrounded by love and abundance, feeling joyful and fulfilled. Engage all of your senses. What does it look like, feel like, sound like? Make it as real as possible in your mind's eye. And then start to embody that vision in your daily life. Start to act as if it's already your reality, making choices and taking actions that align with your highest self and grandest dreams. As the saying goes, fake it till you make it, but in this case, you're not faking anything. You're simply remembering and stepping into the truth of who you really are. Another powerful tool for shaping your reality is the practice of gratitude. When you focus on what you're thankful for, you shift your energy and attract more of those positive things into your life. Make it a daily habit to write down at least 3 things you're grateful for, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. As you do this consistently, you'll start to rewire your brain to scan for the good, and you'll be amazed at how much abundance and blessing are already present in your life. But gratitude isn't just about appreciating what you have. It's also about being grateful for what's to come. It's about having faith that even greater blessings are on their way to you and giving thanks in advance for their arrival. This is the essence of manifestation, aligning your energy with your desires and trusting that the universe will deliver them to you in perfect timing. Of course, this doesn't mean sitting back and waiting for your dreams to fall into your lap. Manifestation requires action, but it's inspired, aligned action that flows from a place of joy and purpose. It's about following your intuition, taking bold leaps of faith, and trusting that the net will appear when you need it most. And as you take those leaps, remember to surround yourself with people and environments that support your growth and evolution. Choose to fill your mind with uplifting books, podcasts, and conversations that expand your consciousness and inspire you to reach for more. Seek out mentors and role models who embody the qualities and achievements you aspire to, and learn from their example. And create sacred spaces in your home and life that remind you of your highest intentions and deepest truth. As you do this, you'll start to notice a shift in your energy and vibration. You'll feel lighter, freer, more joyful, and alive. You'll start to attract people and opportunities that match your new frequency and repel those that don't serve your highest good. This is the power of alignment, living in harmony with your authentic self and the greater flow of life. But alignment isn't a one-time event, it's a daily practice, a moment-to-moment choice to stay true to yourself and your vision. There will be times when you're tempted to stray from your path, to compromise your values or settle for less than you deserve. In those moments, remember your why, the reason you started this journey in the first place. Remember the impact you want to make, the legacy you want to leave, the person you want to become. And then keep choosing alignment, keep choosing growth, keep choosing to believe in yourself and your dreams, even when the world around you may not understand or support your vision. Trust that every challenge is an opportunity for expansion, every setback is a redirection towards something better, every failure is a lesson in disguise. As you stay committed to your path, you'll start to witness the incredible power of your choices to shape your character and your life. You'll see how every decision you make, no matter how small, is like a vote for the person you want to be and the reality you want to create. And you'll realize that the key to an extraordinary life is not some grand, sweeping gesture, but the cumulative effect of your daily choices and actions. So keep choosing wisely, my friend. Choose thoughts that empower you, beliefs that expand you, actions that uplift you and others. Choose to focus on what you want rather than what you don't want. Choose to learn from every experience, to find the gift in every challenge, to keep growing and evolving every single day. And above all, choose to trust the journey. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be, learning the lessons you need to learn, becoming the person you were meant to become. Trust that your struggles are strengthening you, your fears are guiding you, your dreams are calling you forward into a future beyond your wildest imagination. You are a force of nature, a being of infinite potential, a creator of your own reality. You have within you the power to move mountains, to part seas, to paint masterpieces with the colors of your own unique genius. All you have to do is choose to claim that power, to step into your greatness, to become the author of your own extraordinary story. So take a deep breath, close your eyes, and feel the truth of who you are. Feel the love and support of the universe surrounding you, the wisdom of your highest self guiding you, the courage of your own brave heart leading the way. And then open your eyes and take the next bold step on this grand adventure of growth and self-discovery. The world is waiting for your magic. The universe is conspiring in your favor. Your dreams are ready to take flight. All you have to do is choose. As you continue to navigate this path of personal growth and transformation, I want to share a few more insights to support you on your journey. First, remember the power of your words. The language you use to describe yourself and your life has a profound impact on your reality. Choose to speak kindly and lovingly to yourself, using words that uplift and empower you. Instead of criticizing or berating yourself for your mistakes or shortcomings, choose to reframe them as opportunities for growth and learning. When you catch yourself engaging in negative self-talk, gently redirect your thoughts to something more positive and affirming. Remind yourself of your strengths, your accomplishments, the qualities that make you unique and valuable. And when you speak about your life and your future, choose words that reflect your highest hopes and dreams rather than your fears or limitations. This may feel awkward or unnatural at first, especially if you're used to a more self-deprecating or pessimistic way of speaking. But with practice, you can train your brain to default to a more empowering and optimistic language pattern. And as you do, you'll start to notice a shift in how you feel and how others respond to you. Another key to sustainable growth is to practice self-care and self-love. This means treating yourself with the same kindness, compassion, and respect that you would extend to a dear friend or loved one. It means prioritizing your physical, mental, and emotional well-being and making time for activities that nourish and replenish you. This might look like getting enough rest and sleep, eating nutritious foods that fuel your body and brain, engaging in regular exercise and movement, and spending time in nature. It might mean setting boundaries around your time and energy, saying no to commitments that don't align with your values or goals, and creating space for solitude and reflection. It also means cultivating a loving and accepting relationship with yourself, warts and all. It means embracing your quirks and imperfections, celebrating your uniqueness and individuality, and treating yourself with gentleness and understanding when you stumble or fall short. Remember, you are a human being, not a human doing. Your worth is not measured by your productivity, your achievements, or your external success. You are inherently valuable and lovable simply because you exist. And the more you can anchor into that truth, the more resilient and centered you'll become in the face of life's ups and downs. Another essential practice for growth and transformation is the art of letting go. This means releasing attachment to outcomes, expectations, and the need for control. It means surrendering to the flow of life, trusting that everything is unfolding in perfect timing and alignment with your highest good. This can be challenging, especially when things don't go according to plan or when you encounter obstacles and setbacks. But when you cling too tightly to a particular vision or outcome, you limit your ability to adapt and pivot when necessary. You close yourself off to new possibilities and opportunities that may be trying to emerge. Instead, practice holding your goals and dreams lightly, with an open hand and a curious heart. Set your intentions and take inspired action, but release attachment to the specifics of how they will manifest. Trust that the universe has a plan far greater than your own, and that every twist and turn is leading you towards your ultimate destiny. And when you find yourself grasping for control or resisting the natural flow of life, take a deep breath and remind yourself to let go. Visualize yourself releasing your grip, surrendering to the current, and allowing yourself to be carried towards your highest potential. With practice, you'll start to find a greater sense of ease and peace, even in the midst of uncertainty and change. Finally, remember to celebrate your progress and your journey every step of the way. Growth is not a linear process, and there will be times when you feel like you're taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. There will be moments of doubt and frustration when you question whether you're making any progress at all. In those moments, take a step back and acknowledge how far you've come. Reflect on the lessons you've learned, the challenges you've overcome, the person you've become. Celebrate your victories, no matter how small, and give yourself credit for showing up and doing the work day after day. Remember, success is not a destination, but a journey of ongoing learning, growth, and self-discovery. Every step you take, every choice you make, every lesson you learn is shaping you into the person you were meant to become. And that is worth celebrating every single day. So keep going, my friend. Keep choosing growth, keep choosing love, keep choosing to become the highest and best version of yourself. The world needs your light, your gifts, your unique magic. And as you shine ever more brightly, you'll inspire others to do the same. You'll become a beacon of hope and possibility, a living testament to the power of transformation and the potential of the human spirit. You are a miracle in motion, a force of nature, a creator of worlds. You have within you the power to shape your reality, to manifest your dreams, to live a life of profound purpose and unshakable joy. All you have to do is keep choosing, keep growing, keep becoming. The journey is the destination. And what a beautiful journey it is. As we near the end of our time together, I want to leave you with a few final thoughts and reflections to carry with you on your path. First and foremost, remember that you are not alone. No matter how isolated or disconnected you may feel at times, know that you are part of a vast web of life, a cosmic tapestry of interconnected souls. You are supported and loved beyond measure, both by the people in your life and by the unseen forces that guide and protect you. When you feel lost or overwhelmed, call on that support. Reach out to trusted friends and loved ones, seek guidance from mentors and teachers, and connect with the wisdom of your own inner knowing. Remember that asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength and self-awareness. And when you feel called to offer support to others, do so with an open heart and a generous spirit. We are all in this together, and every act of kindness and compassion ripples out to touch countless lives. As the saying goes, be the change you wish to see in the world. Your example has the power to inspire and uplift others in ways you may never even know. Another key to a life well lived is to embrace the present moment in all its beauty and imperfection. So often we get caught up in worries about the future or regrets about the past, missing out on the precious gift of the here and now. But the truth is, this moment is all we ever have. The past is gone, the future is not yet here, and all we can do is show up fully for the experience of the present. Practice mindfulness and presence in your daily life. Take time to savor the small joys and pleasures: a warm cup of tea, a beautiful sunset, a heartfelt hug from a loved one. Notice the miracles that surround you, the everyday blessings that are so easy to overlook. And when challenges arise, as they inevitably will, meet them with as much grace and presence as you can muster. Remember, every moment is an opportunity to choose who you want to be and how you want to show up in the world. Every breath is a chance to begin again, to realign with your highest intentions and deepest truth. So choose wisely and choose lovingly. Choose to be kind to yourself and others, to lead with compassion and understanding, to be a force for good in the world. And as you continue on this path of growth and self-discovery, trust the unfolding of your own unique journey. Resist the temptation to compare yourself to others or to measure your worth by external markers of success. Your path is your own, and it will not look like anyone else's. Embrace your quirks and imperfections, your talents and gifts, your shadows and your light. Know that you are exactly where you need to be, learning the lessons you need to learn, becoming the person you were meant to become, and trust that as long as you keep showing up and doing the work, you are moving in the right direction. Finally, remember to live with an open heart and a curious mind. Approach life as an adventure, a grand experiment, a never-ending opportunity for growth and discovery. Be willing to take risks, to try new things, to follow your passions and dreams. And when you stumble or fall, as we all do, pick yourself up with compassion and keep going. Know that your greatest challenges are also your greatest teachers, and that every obstacle is an invitation to grow and expand. Embrace the full spectrum of human experience, the joys and the sorrows, the triumphs and the failures, the love and the loss. For it is in the depths of our struggles that we find our greatest strength, and in the heights of our joys that we touch the divine. And through it all, remember to live with gratitude and appreciation for the gift of this one wild and precious life. Know that every breath is a miracle, every heartbeat a blessing, every moment an opportunity to love and be loved. You are a masterpiece in the making, a work of art crafted by the hand of the universe. Your story is still being written, and the best is yet to come. So keep choosing growth, my friend. Keep choosing love. Keep choosing to become the highest and best version of yourself, in service to the world and in alignment with your soul's deepest calling. The journey is the destination. And what a beautiful journey it is. With all my love and belief in you,